Or maybe this is a repeat of what we did the show on over on the live channel. But this is about the Jay-Z Accuser. But this time, we not listening to the commentary of reporters. We is listening to the accuser. This is what the accuser saying out of her own mouth.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time.
This is the 13-year-old accuser. We just did the show, I think, Tuesday or something like that right now.
She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
Did they just show us that a Lighter Hugh sister at 13 years old was raped by two black men? Do you know how mad Dr. Umar gonna be? You mean to tell me this is Snow Bunny? In the words of our brother Dr. Umar.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball.
You mean to tell me that a 13-year-old with autism, and we got a soft heart for autism, for autistic kids and autistic people, period, out here in these streets. But 13, so you was allowed to go to a adult event at 13 with autism? What?
The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive.
A friend drove you from Rochester to NYC. A friend drove a 13-year-old. We need to know who the friend is.
Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who
the friend who drove her is dead.
Offered her a ride to an after party.
Oh, hold up. I stopped it. Back it up just a little bit. The driver did what?
5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after party.
A limo driver offered her a ride to an after party. A 13-year-old white girl or lighter hue girl with autism. That's what the limo driver. That's who the limo driver offered a ride to. Go ahead.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
That's what Diddy was looking for? A 13-year-old white girl with autism.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
Okay. So she saw some other people, and they was at a White House. They was at not the White House, but they was at a White House to where she saw some other entertainers.
Talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo, because I have about his tattoo. That's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs.
That's a great question. What 13-year-old has a friend who can drive? What 13? Hell, and let me add a little bit more. What 13-year-old with autism has a friend that can drive and drive for 5 hours? Man, listen. A representative have said and confirmed that they did not attend the Maddens. They did not attend the VMA Awards in 2000. She remembered talking to one of them because one of them had the same tattoo as her brother. Because, you know, she has a religious background. Do y'all also know that, damn it, what is the lawyer name? Damn it, I think that they're going to say it. Hold on.
That they were on tour in the Midwest at the time.
They was on tour they was on tour somewhere else. Go ahead.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. Well,
They just come right on in and grape you, huh?
at that point, I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
After the
Say, stop it, cut the shit. Listen, and right here at the Willie Williams Show, I am one who say, I trust humans to be humans. Meaning, I don't put nothing past not nail one of you. I promise you that right there. I don't care about your celebrityism and or your status. I care nothing about your status. Now with that said, you mean to tell me that these two players just walked in the room and just grabbed a 13-year-old with autism. Maybe they did not know that she had autism, but a 13-year-old girl in 2000 and just say cut the shit and just went to, you know what I'm saying? Just smashing her?
alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
She got a dad. Well, she's 13 and white. Okay, so she called her daddy. Dad, come and pick me up. Remember, she got to ride 5 hours to the little thing. Watch it.
We rode home in silence. She didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
I know you're not going to do our white brothers like that. You're not going to do our white daddies like that. So you pointing out that your dad didn't give a damn about you at 13 years old with autism. You call your daddy, come pick me up. Your daddy drove 5 hours. Maybe y'all don't understand how long a 5-hour drive is. Okay. From Orlando to Miami, it's about 4 hours. Depends on if you're driving like 100 miles an hour, then got yourself something about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? But it's typically like 3.5 to 4 hours, depends on what part of Miami that you're going through. You say 5 hours. From Orlando to the Georgia line, it's 3.5 some hours. Your daddy drove 5 hours. His little girl called him and come pick me up. I'm in New York City.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind.
It's when your daddy. Ladies, listen to this right here. Women will lie, whether you got autism or not. Women is liars, some of the biggest liars on the planet. When your daddy say, no, I would have remembered that right there. Like, I would have remembered going to pick up my little 13-year-old girl who was dropped off in New York City, and I had to drive 5 hours. That's a phone call and a trip you do not forget at all.
He said, when we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements.
Okay.
I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false.
It don't necessarily, and they right, it don't mean that it's false. You say in 2000 wasn't no smartphones, so he had to navigate. Listen, he had to probably go to like the gas station or something like that right there and buy a map. A lot of y'all really don't understand back in 2000, like we didn't have like GPSs and stuff like that. We didn't have maps on phones and shit. Or I think that they was playing around with it, but it wasn't nothing like really, really serious to where everybody even had it or everybody was even using it. Notice that she had to go to a gas station and call her daddy because we had cell phones, but it really wasn't, everybody wasn't popping like that right there. So she had to, because she was at a White House. So she had to give an address. I don't know how her daddy found her. I promise you, I don't know how her daddy found her. Just a White House.
The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said,
Tony. Now, y'all know that the story is that a lot of people went to Tony Busby and tried to claim that that they was sexually assaulted and or raped by Puffy and or Jay-Z and stuff like that right there. And Tony done turned like a lot of people away because like their stories, like it didn't really, it didn't matter. It wasn't nothing that we could take to court. You know what I'm saying? Some things may have happened to you, but if we don't have evidence, bitch, if we can't prove the shit, I ain't taking the case. It don't make no sense for me to take the doggone case and then ruin my name. So that means that this is his client. And he said, after listening to everything, this the one that we're going to court with. Tony. Pretty Tony. Oh, I know that you're educated and I know that you're big timing. You know what I'm saying? You're a big time lawyer. You get the job done. You be winning. I don't think you got this one, pimp.
Necessarily mean the allegations are false.
Sometimes we got to let go and let God. Now, they say that he's really, really rich and he don't even need to take this type of case. He probably got a little vendetta against Jay-Z or something.
The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph.
Do y'all even understand? A polygraph is typically not admissible in court because people can fool polygraphs. And one thing about polygraphs, if y'all have not taken enough polygraphs, which I have taken enough polygraphs, that if you believe something, like if you really, really believe something, you will pass a polygraph. Y'all do understand it. It is the same thing of like being ill and or sick. If you believe yourself to be sick, I had a relative who, that was my grandmother. She believed that she was sick, therefore she was sick. Like she was literally sick and nothing was wrong with her, but she believed she was sick. And she went through her life being sick and wasn't sick. So if you believe something deep in your brain, you can pass the polygraph.
This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress.
So because she's stressed out because of what she believed, she's had seizures and shit because of what she believed. This brain, this thing right here, this is everything. That brain is everything. They said that she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been an extremely because we have interrogated her intensely. The woman who was doing the interview and we listening to her, we not even certified. We haven't even taken the board, Mr. Busby. And we got questions. I don't listen. We're listening to what she's saying, and then come to find out the making of the band group didn't perform there, and then come to find out her daddy don't even remember. Bitch, your daddy don't remember. Your daddy cannot corroborate your story. Yeah, a hypochondriac. What is the definition of a hypochondriac? But I know that that's the word. Hypochondriac. Hypochondriac is someone who is consistently and obsessively worried about having a serious illness. You say, even though there's no medical reason to be concerned. Yes. That was my grandmother. She just sick. What's wrong with you, grandma? I just don't feel well. My back is hurting. I've been down with the flu for like a month now, and I don't know what's going on. What the doctor say, grandma? They say I shouldn't be sick. You're like, that's what's up, grandma. See you later, baby.
In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory.
Fight from victory. Bam. Sound like a rap lyric. Say, hey, y'all TV for the $2 super chat. He said, Willie Tony said, bump her. He now have Jay-Z's son. He got Jay-Z's son. I heard that that the Jay-Z's son went to the feds or some shit like that right there, and the feds is supposed to be helping him get a DNA test or something. So is that what you're talking about? Wait a minute. So Pretty Tony is dealing with Jay-Z's son to get proof that it's Jay-Z's son. Shit, crazy.
Any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of, being chastised by their fans.
All right, Chloe Malas joining us now live. Chloe, we just heard a very strongly worded statement from Jay-Z. What else are you hearing from him and his team?
Yeah.
You said that he is doing a blood test on the alleged son. Wow, that's what I was just saying. Like, we doing too much. Dog, now it just got me thinking, maybe Pretty Tony got a problem with Jay. You say, wasn't Jay-Z knocking down Foxy Brown? Well, Foxy Brown, they did an interview, I think, where she stated when she was 14 or 15, he smashed her, you know what I'm saying? And she was a little girl, she was a little bodied girl, and, he put his big thing in her, something like that right there. I remember that right there. Mm-hmm.
So his attorney said that they're going to ask the court to, quote, dismiss this frivolous case. And also moments ago, we heard from Diddy's legal team, and I want to read you some of what they said. They said, quote, this is the beginning of the end of this shameful money grab. And remember, he remains behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, and his criminal trial begins in May.
Oh, that's why Tony doing it? You say because Jay-Z alleged son mama was 15? Damn, and this is up in New York, right? So if this is up in New York, what's the age of consent in New York City? Age of consent is 17. Damn, boy. So, I guess if he could get some type of confirmation that that's his son, then it proves, it can prove, and this will get that person or that 13-year-old paid. If he can prove that that's his son, and if the son's mother was underage, then it proves that he likes underage women, underage girls. And because it's not criminal and it's civil, like we trying to tell y'all, civil court is just about feelings. You ain't got to prove shit. You ain't got to prove nothing. If people feel like you have damaged someone, it's a problem.
All right, very thorough reporting there. Chloe, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for
When your daddy can't corroborate. Moving right along, I ain't gonna eat much on you. Got to be more careful.